back, guys. Tennis in a Minute. I'm your host, Good Energy. I give you the rundown on tennis coverage every single day, and we're back in Chile, Colina. This is the clay tournament, and what an amazing match just finished here. Sarah Bajek from the Czech Republic, Panna Gedvardi, and listen, guys, Sarah was the favorite on this match, so it wasn't an upset, but Panna Gedvardi had a chance to win this match outright. She won the first set. She made it to a second set tiebreak, and it seemed like, I don't know, maybe she ran out of gas or something, but Sarah is very tough to deal with. She's very athletic, and she's made 5 ITF championships already on the year. Watch out for her. She gets to win here as the slight favorite over Panna Gedvardi in what some would call an outright upset. Now, we have one of the matches I'm very interested in. Polona Hercog taking on Diane Parry, the French woman. Now, listen, guys. Diane Parry is a clay champion. She's got 6 championships on the lower level. She finds herself here in this match after taking out Carly and Fiona Farrell, fellow French woman. Now, listen, guys. Parry's dropped in the rankings. She's now 104th. We've seen her as high as ranked 58th. And after coming off of that 50-win clay season in 2021, we saw her do some amazing things at the Roland Garros, right? We saw her take out Barbora Krejcikova, the defending champion, and we saw her take out nearly, not quite, but we saw her almost beat Sloane Stephens. Now, Sloane Stephens kind of started slow in that match, but then just turned on the burners, and we saw the difference in level of experience, right? Sloane Stephens would win that match. But if you're not familiar with Diane Parry, she's a clay expert. Now, she's taking on someone that's a veteran, right? Hercog she's dropped in the rankings, but I remember her as a top 40 player, right? Now, when we're talking about French Open, these two did play previously at the French Open in 2020, where Hercog won that in straight sets. I don't know if you want to say she took Diane to school, but that's kind of what happened. Now, Hercog finds herself here after taking out Buglaro and Shreve. Now, listen, guys, this is a match where Diane Parry's a 2-1 favorite. Is that warranted? Is that disrespectful to the veteran, the former top 40 player? Now, she's 11 years older, but I feel she's playing very solid tennis, guys. I think you can say she's found her form. And Hercog is approaching 350 wins on clay. She's pretty darn solid, approaching 500 wins on her career. Now, this matchup here, Hercog wants to the baseline. She's very powerful. She's very tall. She's athletic. She's got an amazing first serve that puts a lot of pressure on her opponents when returning. But what makes Hercog tricky is she's got a nice drop shot from the baseline that keeps opponents second guessing as to what she's going to do. Now, Diane Parry, she gets a lot of heat for her service motion, right? Her serve motion is much like a Katerina Siniakova. It's very awkward. It's a long, winding motion, and I feel if I were coaching any of this top young tier talent today, I'd probably change that service motion. A lot of people think as you get older, it's impossible because you literally have to change your game. Diane Parry's still young enough. The service motion, in my opinion, I think it's too long of a winding motion. And when you have an aggressive returner, especially from the baseline, that's firing bombs, heat-seeking missile straight laser beams at you, it's very tough to gather yourself and get into these rallies when you're behind already from the pressure of the returner. Now, Diane does go to, much like a Victoria Golubic, she's got a one-handed backhand slice where when she's on the back foot, she uses that to help gain some momentum and get back into the rally. I love the one-handed backhand slice, but against Hercog, I'm not sure how much that's going to work because Hercog can then go to the drop shot where Diane Parry's behind the baseline. She can't get to these balls. Diane Parry's first service game literally went 10 minutes. Hercog had several opportunities to break her. She would end up getting the break here. I think this is going to be a very good match, guys. Get your popcorn, buckle your seatbelts. Diane Parry, the seeded player, the 2-1 favorite. Can she hold? Because Hercog, she's not going anywhere, guys. Tennis in a Minute. Get your popcorn. I gave you the predictions on this match. Show some love. Like the channel. Like the video. We'll be right back.